1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For a person to be diagnosed with PTSD, they first must meet the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. The manual states that to be diagnosed, you must identify the trigger to PTSD as exposure to actual or threatened death, serious injury, or sexual violation. The exposure must result from one or more of the following scenarios in which the individual directly experiences the traumatic event, witnesses the traumatic event in person, learns the traumatic event occurred to a close member or close friend, with the actual or threatened death being either violent or accidental, or experiences firsthand repeated or extreme exposure to adverse details of traumatic event. That is from the DSM-5. There can be numerous causes of PTSD, but a lot of well-known ones are military, as shown in the video clip, victims of sexual assault, and survivals of natural disasters like Hurricane Katrina. Military personnel who are deployed have a higher risk of getting PTSD because they are already under stress while they are deployed. One of the symptoms of PTSD is not being able to sleep. While a soldier is deployed, their sleep schedule is already disrupted to begin with, so that means they already have one of the symptoms of PTSD before even going through a traumatic event. Natural disasters like earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, tsunamis, and forest fires are things that, unfortunately, cannot be stopped or prevented. According to a 2012 Princeton study of low-income mothers in the New Orleans area, it was found that even 40 years after Hurricane Katrina, about 33% of its participants had Katrina-related PTSD, and 30% reported physiological distress. When it comes to sexual assault, according to Dr. Matthew Tall, studies show that 31 to 57% of women who have experienced sexual assault or rape also experience PTSD at some point. Now that I've gone over some of the causes, let's go over some of the effects that a person suffering may experience after their trauma. Flashbacks occur when you feel as if you are re-experiencing a traumatic event. You might remember everything about the event as if you're going through it again. If you think back once again to the video that was shown, the man in the video was experiencing a flashback. Flashbacks usually are caused by a trigger, which is something that can remind the person of a specific event of the flashback. In the video, the man's trigger was the staple gun that was being used. The sounds reminded him of a gunshot, and that noise took him back to when he was fighting in the war. Substance abuse is another big effect. Excessive drinking or drug use. People with PTSD use substances as a way to make them feel normal again, and an avoidance of their feelings. A lot of times, if they have difficulty sleeping, they may use a substance to help. And they also use substances to help with any emotional struggles they may be experiencing. A lot of the times, the substance abuse can turn into a dependency, and a person can feel as if they're not able to function throughout the day. Helplessness is also very common, especially if the person has been dealing with it long term. They feel as if they would never be normal again, and that no matter what they do, they'll never move past what they experience. They don't think anything will help them, and sometimes that no one cares. This is when people begin to have suicidal thoughts. Even though there are numerous causes and effects of PTSD, there are always ways a person can try and get help. Counseling, medication, and a good support system are just a few to name. One type of counseling or therapy that has been found to be helpful is cognitive therapy. In cognitive therapy, the therapist helps a person understand and change how they think about their trauma and its aftermath. The goal is to understand how certain thoughts about the trauma causes stress and can make the symptoms worse. A person will learn to identify thoughts about the world and things that are making that person feel afraid or upset. With the help of the therapist, the person will learn to replace those thoughts with more accurate and less distressing thoughts. The person will also learn ways to cope with feelings such as anger, guilt, or fear. Antidepressants in group or family therapy are also positive ways for someone to use to help cope with their PTSD. Now that we have gone over causes, effects, and treatment options, it is important to remember that regardless of how a person receives their PTSD, what their side effects are, or how they're deciding to treat it, that person constantly has an ongoing battle that can be won. Anyone with PTSD just must remember that PTSD isn't what's wrong with you, it's about what happened to you. Wait. 5 people again.